Hello, first graders. Today we're going to be talking about categorizing things and classifying them. So sorting things into groups that match. So here we're looking at a picture of a girl who is organizing her recycling. You'll notice there are tin cans and plastic bottles and pop cans and books, milk cartons, and water bottles. So she has everything sorted into nice little groups. Our vocabulary words for the week. The first one is four, like the number 4. A sheep has 4 legs. Large. We picked a large pumpkin. None. None of the dogs has spots. Only. This goat has only 1 kid. Put. We put the best peaches in the box. Round. A tractor has big, round wheels. Trouble. A goat can get into trouble. Those of you who are in my class probably remember talking about how much trouble my goats get into. Whole. The whole barn is painted red. This week we're working on the AR sound. I like to call this the pirate sound. Arr. So here we go. We'll be working on or looking at the words that have the AR, like in the word barn. Part, farm, park, large, marching, smart, sharp, hard, started, restart, backyard, artist. Remember that when we add an ing to a word, it means it's happening right now. When we add an ed to the end of the word, it means it happened in the past. And when we add re to the beginning of the word, it means again. Marge has a large farm with a red barn. She parks her car in the yard. Barn, farm, smart, marched, yarn, apart, clerk, large, barnyard. Repeat after me. Barn, farm, smart, marched, yarn, apart, clerk, large, barnyard. Our story today is called A Barn Full of Hats. This is a fantasy story. A fantasy story, remember, is something that is make-believe, not real, something that could not happen. But these are sometimes the funnest stories to read. So this week, we're going to talk about how can we classify and categorize things. At the end, we'll talk about maybe some classifying that you could do in your house. One day, 4 farm animals found a box in the barn. They opened it up. What was inside? Hats, hats, and more hats. Look at all those hats. Who wants one? Asked the hen. I do, cried the horse. It's smart to wear a hat. A hat will keep the sun out of my eyes. If you notice, these marks around the words I and do indicate that someone is talking. So in this case, I do, and then followed by cried horse, indicates that that's who said it. The horse said, I do. Hen stuck her head in the box. She pulled out a flat, round hat. Try this hat, Hen told Horse. No, that hat is too flat, said Horse. A flat hat makes a good nest, clucked the hen. So she took the hat and she marched away. Pig pushed his head in the box. He pulled out a bright red hat. Put on this hat, Pig told Horse. No, that hat is too red, said Horse. "A red hat looks fine," grunted Pig. So he put on the hat and he marched away. Cat poked her head in the box. She pulled out a thick yarn hat. "Try this hat," Cat told Horse. "No, that hat is too thick," said Horse. "Thick yarn is nice," said Cat. "I will take the whole hat apart so I can play with the yarn." She dragged the hat away. "So many hats, but none for me," sighed Horse. Just then, Farmer Clark came into the barn. His hat was large and floppy. "If only I had that hat," said Horse. "That hat will shade my eyes." Horse grabbed the hat in his teeth. Farmer Clark laughed. He put the hat on Horse. It stayed on with no trouble. "It fits well," Farmer Clark said. Horse trotted to the barnyard. Clip, clop. He held his head high. "Yes, this is the hat for me," said Horse. So I want you to think about now things that you could classify in your home. In the story, the horse classified the hats by the type that they were. For example, one that was floppy, one that was made of yarn. How could you sort things in your house? Tell your teacher about it in Seesaw.